The evening began flawlessly. Fairy lights shimmered across the ceiling, music pulsed in perfect rhythm, and laughter flowed to the expansive hall. Guests mingled, glasses of sparkling wine clinked, and stories and jokes were shared with ease. I had spent days meticulously planning every detail, from the food to the decorations, to ensure everything was perfect. The ambience was warm, festive, and seemed filled with pure joy. But beneath the surface, a quiet storm was brewing. I sat across from him, my husband Anthony, smiling at his friends, nodding politely, sharing laughs. Everything appeared normal. Yet there was a subtle tension in his posture, the way he glanced at his watch, the tight set of his jaw. At first, I dismissed it, assuming he was just tired or distracted by work. I couldn't have imagined that the moment that would change everything was already approaching. The party flowed on, laughter, music, casual conversations. Guests danced, swapped drinks, complimented the decorations. I felt confident, happy, believing I had everything under control. Then, during a casual toast, Anthony's gaze found me in a way that sent a chill down my spine. There was intensity there, a quiet storm beneath his usually calm demeanor. Without warning, he stood. The chair scraped sharply against the polished floor, immediately drawing every eye in the room. Conversations halted mid-sentence. Laughter died on lips. Glasses froze midair. His movement was abrupt, deliberate, and it felt as if the entire room had been shaken. No words, no explanation, just a silent, deliberate act of standing and leaving. Guests exchanged uncertain glances, whispering nervously, some pointing subtly in his direction. Did he just leave? What happened? Did we miss something? The air thickened with tension, music fading into the background as curiosity and concern took over. I was frozen, heart pounding, trying to process what had just occurred. Anthony, who had always been calm, composed, polite, had just shattered the perfect party with a single, silent gesture. The carefully curated atmosphere of joy transformed instantly into shock, speculation, and discomfort. Whispers spread like wildfire. Friends and guests murmured to each other, attempting to understand why he had left without a word. Some guessed a personal disagreement. Others feared something far more serious. All eyes subtly turned toward me, expecting me to explain, to intervene, to calm the situation. But I had no answers yet. I followed him discreetly into the hallway, mind racing. He moved with quiet purpose, not looking back, not acknowledging anyone calling his name. The corridor seemed impossibly long, stretching endlessly, as if the universe itself was holding its breath. I caught up to him, heart hammering, and asked softly, "Anthony, what's wrong?" His expression was calm but cold, unreadable. He shook his head slightly, a small, quiet gesture that said more than words ever could. "I can't do this tonight," he said, simply, measured and calm. The weight of his words hit harder than any argument could. It wasn't anger or frustration. It was a decision, a declaration, a boundary drawn clearly in front of everyone. As he walked out the door, the room sank into stunned silence. Guests whispered furiously, trying to piece together what had happened. The laughter that had filled the space moments before vanished, replaced by tense speculation. Heads shook, murmurs of disbelief spread. Everyone was shocked that someone could leave so quietly, yet with such authority and finality. Back inside, I returned to the guests, struggling to maintain composure. Whispers had grown louder. Curiosity mixed with judgment. "Did you see that? Why did he leave? Was it something you said?" Every eye was on me, waiting for an explanation. Anthony had shifted the entire dynamic of the evening, without uttering another word. Minutes later, his car could be seen pulling away, leaving behind a trail of tension. The room's energy was fragile, brittle, like a vase shattered silently, leaving invisible cracks throughout the crowd. Conversations resumed slowly, whispers replacing laughter, speculation overtaking celebration. The party I had so carefully planned had been transformed into chaos by a single, silent exit. Some guests approached cautiously, offering awkward reassurances or small talk, unsure how to navigate the sudden change. Others simply watched, fascinated by the quiet authority Anthony had displayed. His action left an indelible mark, A demonstration of composure, control, and unspoken power that no one could ignore. By the time the party wound down, the story of his departure was already circulating. Guests would later recount how the perfect night had been disrupted by one unexpected move, how the calm, deliberate exit had left everyone in awe, and how the whispers lingered long after the lights were dimmed. Later in private, Anthony explained simply, "I couldn't celebrate while feeling this way. It needed to end before it got worse." His calm decisiveness left me speechless, humbled, reflecting on the true power of silence, composure, and deliberate action. That night became a story told for years.